I've seen an interview with Beenie Man, and Beenie Man was saying, off of the strength of Who Am I, it seemed like he was supposed to really get that international super break, but then it's like after a while, Sean Paul got the break. Do you think there's any reason why Sean Paul got the break over Beenie Man at that time?
I can just put it down to better management. I don't know what else to tell you. What else would I be able to say about it? Beenie Man got himself embroiled in controversy. You know what I'm saying? With the gay bashing lyrics and all of that. He put himself on that list as well. And then he had to, be a part of that apology letter and the whole, was it GLAD? The gay community that was trying to lock down his shows and all that. Those things started happening for Beenie Man. I think by the time he got it's not Gallon or Bungle. Which one of the big records? King of the Dancehall. One of those records that he did. By that time, MTV and BT, those places were snubbing him, and he was getting a lot of pressure from international rights activists to change his stance on the LGBTQ community. That hampered his success tremendously. You know what I mean? That was also happening at the time. So, a victim of circumstance, perhaps with that. Big up to Beenie, and with all love to Beenie Man. I mean, he made me just as much as I helped that record in his career, you know what I'm saying? But I think that's what was taking place with him at the time. That hampered his progress. You know what I'm saying? And that's managerial choices, doing the song with Janet Jackson and he decided to sing instead of DJ. Weird things like that, which he was doing. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to put it down to. I know where this is leading to this question of because Sean was the brown uptown guy and that's why he got the fucking break, which is nonsense because record companies don't work that way. No record company in New York doesn't work that way. They're not under this air of shadism like Jamaicans, bro. It's absolute stupidity. What are you talking about? They have R&B artists and rappers signed to the label. They're black like fucking tar. What difference it make? There's no brown person thing in a record label that makes the brown people the better or the light skinned people the better. All that's garbage. Working with the urban music department, and they're all black people. They're from down south. From the States, they have black people signed to the label, they have black artists, black rappers. There's no thing that says, oh, well, you're brown and you're going to get more of the push. All that is stupidness, bro. I just can call it out straight up and down. I hear Shaggy saying the same thing too. Big up to Shaggy. I disagree with you 1000%. That's never been our experience. About being brown, helping nothing and nobody internationally, nothing like that. Does it help in terms of marketing and image and those things? Yes, of course. Because it's just about, you know what I'm saying, like anything else though. Not just about being brown, but just about, just image marketing for any artist. Just being, attractive and hitting the demographics and what people find attractive. I understand that. Which is why 50 Cent was not a pop artist. One of those kind of reasons why those people can't be in that. That's just the way of the world though. And the way how the music industry is structured. You follow what I'm saying? For the same reason why, Rihanna doesn't get to the same places that Taylor Swift gets to. She gets to different places. And she's just as majestic in her own right. So I'm not telling you that it's not a factor ever, but it's not a factor for Jamaican music is the point I'm making, because we are still classified as urban, which is code for black music. So no matter whether you're brown, Asian, red, green, fucking purple, or anything, as long as you're doing dancehall or reggae, bro, and you drop into a US radio station or a US record company, you're black music. So there's no segment for the browner guys to get to be better off, is what I'm trying to explain to you. Follow what I'm saying? All that's silly. There's tons of black R&B and rappers, like Biggie Smalls, big fat ugly black guy, fucking multi-million. What are you talking about? So why does that stop any Jamaican artist because of your skin color, your blackness? It's stupidness, Shalon. It's upsetting when I hear people talk about it, and I'm not saying that's what he is saying, but them type of comments kind of lead to that speculation of, wonder why Sean got bigger over, and also the fact that Sean Bonafide has 3 #1 records on Billboard. That's not because of being brown. At the time, you know what I'm saying? What are you talking about? And today it probably has like top 10 Billboard hits, bro. It's the songs that you're making. It's the records. That's what makes you unstoppable. What are you going to talk about? Why did Sean get big? Because he had Beyonce, Baby Boy. Because he had freaking Get Busy. Because he had Temperature. You understand? Because he has monster collabs with monster artists and still has monster collabs with monster artists. That's why he's bigger. than people. That's the sole reason why. It's the songs. So let's just debunk that right away, bro. Love Beenie. And I have said it publicly and I'll state it once again. Beenie Man is the greatest dancehall artist ever in the history of this music.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Jeremy Harden says so. Sean Paul is the greatest crossover artist out of Jamaica. In my opinion. You understand what I'm saying? Crossover dancehall, but greatest dancehall artist, hands down, Moses Davis, bro.
No,
so we love and respect Beenie for sure. Let's just get that out there.
I could see this one here. You could tell that clearly this has been something that throughout your career when you're dealing with Sean Paul, this was something that came up time again, because you could see this one really triggered something in your soul this time here.
Yeah, bro, because it's just because it's an excuse. It's something to hide behind. Go make better records. Mm-hmm. That's what you need to do. Figure out what records work in the international market and go make those records. And stop trying to say that it's because of your skin color and because you can't get to work. That's nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
No, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, stop trying to hide behind it or point at us to a reason of a man's success because of anything. It's nothing to do with that. They have hits. Shaggy had monster hit records. What are you talking about? #1 record smashed tear up the world, sell freaking diamond. That's why. It's not his skin color. Mm-hmm. So, you understand what I'm saying? It's the size of the record. Go make some monster records, bro. Stop talking about skin color. It's a hindrance, if anything else, bro. It has been, you understand me? It makes the harder thing to mountain to climb.
That's what it seems like in your career, because you said even journalists were they didn't believe you guys at the Grammys. You guys were having problems. It seems like every door, as big as we seen it, it seemed like there was a lot of problems to get through these doors that we've seen you guys went through.
Yeah, of course. And then once you get through the doors, then you realize that you clear the path for other people to come, where people are just like, okay, it's cool now. It doesn't matter where you're from. After the success of us, the whole uptown had producers running out there making done. Nobody had but an eye.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Don Corleone, Chimney, Daseco, the list goes on and on and on, bro. It's not even a concern anymore. Nobody even cares. You know what I mean? And other artists that come through
in a strangle. Uptown had dancehall in a stranglehold at one time. Strangle.
Bro, as things grow, there are going to have people that break down barriers. You've had it in other forms of music too. You had it in rock and roll and in country and all these other genres of music, where it was a select group of people that used to do the thing, and then somebody came along and broke that mold. So yes, Don Youth broke a mold, Shaggy broke a mold, Sean Paul broke a mold. For certain, there are always going to be challenges there. You know what I'm saying? And the success of these artists boiled down to having a hit record. Because when you start to travel and interact with people, you start to realize outside of the Jamaicans, nobody's paying attention to that as much as you may think. You understand what I'm saying? A man just said, oh, the song's a hit. Oh, well, you know, Sean, they even know what that means. What do you mean he's uptown? They don't even understand any of that. They're not looking at skin color. Look at reggaeton in the Latin market right now. Everybody's brown. It's because they're all brown. It's because they have hit records, bro. And it's because they have the population to support them. How do you explain Afrobeats?
Mm-hmm.
Burna Boy's black. Why is he successful?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he crossing out? You understand me? The argument just, it fails. At every point, Sheldon, you try to point it, you're like, well, that just failed. So I don't know why. These are black artists and people of different doing stuff in the music. So what are you sitting here complaining about? Mm-hmm. So it's disappointing to hear it. It's understandable why at the time they would have felt that way. And if you grow up in Jamaica, you feel the shadism. I only just want to say it's racism. Because in Jamaica, it's weird. It's shadism. It's like degrees of like brown to red to light skin to black. You know what I'm saying? So you're talking shades of blackness. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that is ingrained into us. So we'll call people like that. Like we say, yeah, man, you don't know German man, a brown youth, man. That's how they refer to you. You know, Sheldon, man, yeah, man, a black youth. In black and in big, and that's what people describe you. It's not a derogatory term. It's literally a description.
That's just how it is. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we still use it a lot like that. What a pretty brown girl. People make songs about it. I love my car, I love my bike, I love my money and thing. I love my brownie, Bojo. You know what I'm saying? Because it's seen as a, yeah, man, a high class. So it's part of our Jamaican culture. I get it. So I understand why people feel that there is resentment towards those things. You know what I mean? Spice feels it. I'm black. That's why I'm not getting anywhere. She'll say it. You know what I mean? And then people say, oh, Shenseea, because she's brown, finally we have a brown girl that can compete. They still want to kind of measure it up against that. And it has to do with the songs that you have. If you have the hit song, you have the hit song, bro. Nobody's giving a shit about that in real life. You know what I'm saying?
On the bigger scale, there might be a small percentage, but on the big scale, nobody cares.
On the big scale, they care about money. That's what they care about. Does it make money? Then we'll work with it. Don't care. You could be green and from Mars. Is your song a hit? It works. You know what I'm saying? Let's create an AI artist and make a hit song. Can it make money? Can it stream on Spotify? That's all they care about.
Mm-hmm.
All they care about is the money it's going to make them. They're not on any agenda to push one skin color over another skin color to prefer nobody. All that is stupidness, bro. Keep explaining to people. And till the day that they actually go and sign with a record label or interact with big radio in the States or any of those people or promoters, they'll understand that none of those people are paying attention to that, bro. Nobody's in that room saying, let's push this because of this color. It's something in their head because they feel that in their life in Jamaica, they can't get ahead, like in their mind, because their bosses are lighter skin complexion or, you know, the pretty brown girl gets to marry the rich guy or whatever it is that they see unfolding in front of them in society. And the way we speak to each other as black people, yeah, man, look how you're dirty and black, so. I would say it in a derogatory term. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? To describe people and stuff like that. Yeah, man, I'm nice. A pretty little brown baby. We say these things. We do it to ourselves. So we grow up in this thinking that black is bad, brown is... Bro, this is a big, wide conversation about social class, culture, racism, shadism. Probably too much for this interview. But it's that which they're trying to superimpose onto the music business is what I'm trying to say to you.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And it's unfair because it is not the case. It has to do with hit songs that generate money for everybody involved. And if you can do that, they do not care what color your skin is, bro. And that's what you have to do. Yes, just do the job with music. That's it.
This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.